in my bathing suit, and they were doing something that was very daring. They were going to shoot pictures over at the Beverly Hills Hotel, and we were to wear two-piece bathing suits. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Would anybody ever let us, so they sent me the bathing suit that I would come, so I would drive over to the Beverly Hills Hotel, and we're in the bungalows. You all know that there are bungalows at the side.
Right.
And there were 6 of us in the room. I was the last one to get in there, and we were making times to go into the ladies' room and change. You never changed in front of anyone. That was not done. And there comes this timid knock on the door. And this one of the, I'm trying to think of her name. I'm just going to give her a name. I've forgotten her name now. Anyway, we'll say Alice. Alice was the tallest one. She went to the door and opened it up. And there was this beautiful little thing standing there. Her hair was white, absolutely white. It was crinkly. The studio had done it. She had a long braid down the back of her hair. Her makeup was perfect. And he said, "I'm Marilyn."
Oh, wow.
And we said, "Come on in." And her driver from the studio was right there bringing her suitcase. And he said, "Marilyn, if there's anything that you want, you call me." So, "Thank you." Like that, and put it down. And so Alice said, "You're just in time. We've all changed into, so you can use the ladies." "I'm sorry I'm late. I really am. I didn't know." We said, "No, you're fine. Don't worry about it." "Are you sure?" "We're sure." Okay, so she went in, and just as she stepped out of the bathroom, this photographer that we had, who was going to shoot the whole thing, who was wearing 3 cameras around his neck. And so he claimed, and never thought to knock on the door. I mean, just walked in and he saw her.
Ooh.
And just stopped. Well, we all knew who was then going to be featured in this magazine 2-page spread. Where there was just no question about it. And you know what? We weren't upset about it. It was just, yeah, that's going to happen. And so Marilyn came over and sat down. She's fixing it. And suddenly she went something like, I'm not quoting, please, but it's something like, she said, Oh, I forgot. "What is it, Marilyn?" And "I'm supposed to call someone every 24 hours. And I forgot. Oh, he's going to be so upset. Oh," and well, "Here, Marilyn, here's the telephone. Call him right now." And she goes over, and there was, and you've had this happen to you, where it's a hotel phone and there's no dial. She hadn't seen one before. And she walked, and Alice said, "I'll get the switchboard." And so she called. "What's his number?" I don't know his number." "Well, switchboard will get it for you." She said, No. "Oh, he's in London." And so I spoke up, brilliant me, and said something like, "Well, you can't call him now because it's in the middle of the night in London." "I have to. I'm supposed to call him." So Alice once again said, "You're here with the driver, right?" "Yes." "Let's get the driver. He'll take care of it. He'll get the phone call, explain what is going." "You think so? You really think so?" "Yes, we think so." Oh, like that. All right. So we called up, or Alice called up the driver, and over he came. He was a handsome so-and-so, just with a big smile. He said, "I understand. What do you need?" "I'm supposed to call," he said, "we'll call his secretary. We'll get it all straightened out. Don't you worry about it. We don't want you to worry, Marilyn." She said, "Oh, thank you," like that. And we're all feeling so much better. We're all feeling so much better. So we go out and sit around the pool, and we had to wait till they cleared the pool. Excuse me, as you can probably tell, I'm finishing up a cold.
Join the crowd.
So we had to sit around, and Marilyn and I ended up at the same round table with the umbrella over, which said Beverly Hills Hotel, which was appropriate. And they were getting people out of the pool so they could take the shots and so on and so forth. And we started chatting, and it was just very interesting. We were talking about school, etc. And the sun moved around a little bit. And so I said, I have to stay in the shade. Let me move this umbrella. My skin can't take the sun. She said, neither can mine. And you're paler than I am. And I said, I don't know that, but so we moved that, and we chatted again some more. We're still waiting. And I said, Marilyn, you know what? For the first time, my little brownie camera, none of you have ever seen a brownie camera, right?
No, we've seen it.
Oh, you have, all right. It has film in it. What a concept. And I said, let me take your picture. And she said, only if I can take yours.
Aw, that's
So this was the picture
oh wow.
that, and we'll pass it around, that I took of her and she took of me.
Wow.
And I have treasured it all of these years. I never saw her again, but I want to tell you what she did was, we all wanted to help her. Not that she was asking for help, and yet she was. It wasn't the same thing. You know how some people say, gee, if you could only help me out. No, she was panicky, and we were going to see that everything was taken care of. And Alice and all of us, and I must tell you, yes, Marilyn was honored to be the main one in the picture. And yes, we got feedback because we were wearing two-piece bathing suits, if you can imagine.